The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John.
Glory to you, O Lord.
Jesus said to his disciples, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. Not as the world gives do I give it to you. Do not let your hearts be troubled or afraid. You heard me tell you, I am going away and I will come back to you. If you love me, you would rejoice that I am going to the Father, for the Father is greater than I. And now I have told you this before it happens, so that when it happens you may believe. I will no longer speak much with you, for the ruler of the world is coming. He has no power over me, but the world must know that I love the Father, and that I do just as the Father has commanded me." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
I want to invite you this morning to think about the different communities that you're involved in. Maybe you're part of a business or a school or a classroom, or maybe your life's work has been the community of your family. And I think that every community that, as it's being established, as it's getting its feet off the ground, there's a question: how is this community going to work? How is it going to run? What are the values that this community will work off of? What are the rules? What's the ethos that will determine the way things go? And it strikes me that over time, this sense of ethos emerges, and it looks different for different communities. It looks different at different businesses, at different schools, and different families. They all run a little bit differently. They all have values that differ. And at times, communities, companies, schools, families, at times they have to reassess the way things are. They have to redetermine their values, decide anew what is important. Sometimes we talk about cleaning house or hitting reset. We've got to bring in a consultant. Maybe we read a book, who knows. But at times, communities have to reassess the way things are run. I think in many ways the dynamic that we experience in communities helps us to understand Jesus and his project or his mission. Jesus is born into a world, a large community that has an ethos. It's got a system in place. It's got its values. Blessed are the powerful. It's got its rules, an eye for an eye. Love your neighbor, hate your enemy. And it has a ruler. Jesus makes reference to this ruler in the gospel for today. And in many ways, Jesus has come to establish a new kingdom, to overthrow the old order, the old way of doing things, the old values. And he introduces a new set of values. Blessed are the peacemakers. He introduces new rules. Love even your enemy. Turn the other cheek. And this new kingdom will clearly have a new ruler. So we live in a time where these two kingdoms, the old and the new, are in great tension. Our faith tells us that the new kingdom, the kingdom of heaven, is growing, even if almost imperceptibly. And the old kingdom, what Jesus often refers to as the world, is fading away. Of course, it seems that it's putting up a great fight, a fight that plays itself out among nations, among families, and even in the human heart. And our great challenge, or perhaps our great invitation from Jesus, is to pass from one kingdom to the other. And breaking old habits, breaking old ways of thinking, reestablishing an ethos. It's a hard thing to do. And Paul lets us know that in the first reading. To get from one kingdom to the other is difficult. He says we have to pass through many trials and tribulations. And in the gospel, Jesus makes the great appeal. He makes a great appeal for the new kingdom. He says, "Peace I leave you, my peace I give you." And he offers us a great gift that comes with the new kingdom, the gift of a courageous and an untroubled heart. And this is the gift that he gives us in the Eucharist. the gift of a courageous and untroubled heart founded upon his steady presence in our lives and his unwavering friendship.